Alright, as you might know, everyone is inside right now and it's kind of boring. And I thought I would do something today which I have been thinking about for a long time. I'm going to start my own little guitar show. I like watching guitar shows. I like watching Norms and Chris Buck and Matthew Scott and folks like that. So I thought I'd start up my own little show and tell show of guitars that I have, and eventually I'll get some guests on. A few friends of mine, they got guitars as well, I'll have you know. And then they can come on and tell us about their guitars. This is about, you know, why you like the guitar, what the guitar is, what you use the guitar for, and just a bit of a conversation, a bit of a dialogue about these instruments. So we'll start off today with my American Fender Telecaster from 1992. It's a great guitar, but everyone always gets tripped up by this. I'm looking at the camera right now, that's a no-go. But this is the Strat neck on a Fender guitar, on a Telecaster. That's pretty weird. This is a 95 neck, 92 body. So it's the correct kind of era. You've got the nice little speedy trem thing, string tree, sorry. Really nice bone nut on that. I think it's original. And then you've got the American tuners, which is super cool. Focus, yeah, it's a good boy. And this neck is really cool. It's got some nice divots on it from the person before who played it. And I like it a lot. And it also came with a Strat switch tip, which was weird to me. They originally would have came with a round one. I got a paddle, but I like the smaller look. I went back to it. But yeah, this guitar's pretty beat up, and I'll have some close-up shots for you at some point. But yeah, I'll get some playing in for you now. We are using my Kemper, going into Ableton, and let's see how this goes. Never done it before. I was just in the middle of editing this video when I realised that I hadn't actually told you how and when I got this guitar, which is like the whole part of this series. Isn't that a bit dumb? Okay, so I got this off of my GCSE music teacher in 2014, right as I was finishing school. He was a piano player, and he bought this guitar, loved it, but then again, he doesn't really play guitar that much. So as I'm finishing up, he asks me if I wanted it so that he could buy a PS4. To which I say yes. I had money saved up. I'm not even sure what for, to be honest. But you know, I asked my dad if he could beat me the rest of it, and he said, yeah, I've got very supportive parents. I'm very lucky to have them. And then I met him at the train station, and he wasn't sure if it was a Mexican or American or whatever. And he comes in with this big old case, the flight case from the 90s with the form-fitted strap on the outside, and I knew straight away it was. At least the case was American, but then I look at the bridge and stuff, and you see big metal blocks on that. That's the 90s style bridge there. So that was American. You could tell straight away from the era. He didn't know the year or anything. I looked it up, and then later on when I go into college, I talked to my teacher there, Griff Rising. He helped me identify the things on this neck. He dated the serial number on the back for me, I think. I'm not even sure how I found out this was a 92. But I think. But I do use this guitar a lot recording because it sounds great, it stays in tune, it cuts in the mix really well because it's a telly, it will. Before I had like any really good humbucker guitars, I would use this all the time live because it just sounded great. I really like it. The only thing I don't like about it is the colour. So when I got other guitars in, I wouldn't perform it as much because I don't like yellow. I'll be honest with you, I don't like yellow. But I dug it out of storage, and I always find myself playing this guitar again. I'm thinking, oh, should I sell it? Because I don't really use it that much, but every time I pick it up after not seeing it for ages, it just brings everything out again. This guitar is just too useful now that I'm recording. I have my own band, Hoster. We do originals and covers, and we've got an EP coming out actually this year in the summer. It might just be a digital release because everything's closed right now, and we'll see how that goes. But we do have some cool things coming up, and this is all over that EP, along with some other guitars in this little series of ours. But yeah, hope you found that enjoyable. Got plenty more guitars to show you, and I've got plenty of friends who have their guitars to show you. I haven't even spoken to many of them about it. I've spoken to 2 people so far, and I think they're interested. But yeah, if you have any guitars with a similar story, let me know. And if you don't have a guitar with a similar story, tell me your story. Let's start a conversation. Okay, well, I'll see you later.